This question comprises two parts. The first part, find the cost of fencing a circular field of radius 1.4 meters at the rate of rupees 15 per meter. Part 2, also find the cost of ploughing the field at the rate of rupees 5 per square meter. Right. Start with the first part. We know the radius of the circular field is 1.4 meters. We're going to fence it. We'll fence it around the circumference. So, essentially the fence is going to be, the length of the fence is the same as the circumference of the circle. So, let us find out the length of fence used, which is the circumference of the circle. Step 1, compute length of fence, and that is nothing but the circumference of this circle, circumference. Step 2, basically having found out the length of the fence, cost per unit is what is given to us, which is 15 per meter. Cost per unit into the length will give us a total cost. So, total cost is equal to cost per meter into the length of fence. We will call it as LOF. So, step 1, let us compute the circumference. Circumference of a circle is equal to 2 pi r. Take pi to be equal to 22 by 7 if nothing is mentioned. So, 2 times 22 by 7 and the radius is equal to 1.4 meters. This is going to be the total length of the fence used. 1.4 will cancel with 7 to leave us with a 5. Do not do the calculation at this step, keep it as a 44 by 5 meters. Because the question is to find out what is the cost of fencing. That is the final answer you are looking at. Any intermediate step calculation, the lesser we do, the better off we are. We do not need to do too many calculations. Saying it as a 44 by 5 is equal to an 8.8 and then doing it is probably not worth it. Let us see, some of these numbers might actually cancel out. Step 2, having found out the length of the fence used as 44 by 5 meters, the total cost of fence is equal to cost per meter, which is equal to 15 into the length of the fence, which is equal to 44 divided by 5. So, 15 and 5 will cancel to leave us with a 3 in the numerator. So, we did not have to actually do an 8.8 as a calculation. 44 into 3 is going to be the total cost. 44 into 3 is equal to rupees 132. So, cost of fencing this particular circular field is 132 rupees. So, do calculations only at the last step because things might cancel out in the last step. Move on to part 2, going to be finding out the cost of ploughing. Ploughing does not happen at just the circumference, the entire field is going to get ploughed, which means that the area that is being ploughed is the area of the circular field. So, area being ploughed is equal to the area of the circle. So, that is step number 1. Once you have found out the area of the circle or the area being ploughed, cost is equal to cost per square meter of ploughing into the area that is being ploughed. Step 1, let us find out the area that is being ploughed. So, that is the area of the circle which is given by pi r square. Again, let us take pi to be equal to 22 by 7. Radius is equal to 1.4. So, 1.4 times 1.4. Cancel this 1.4 with a 7 to leave us with a 5. Again, do not do the full calculation right now. Just leave it at this point. Let us see what it gives us. 22 times 1.4 divided by 5. Square meters is the area of this field that is being ploughed. What is the cost of ploughing? It is 5 rupees per square meter. So, the cost is going to be equal to cost per square meter, which is 5, into the area that is being ploughed, which is 22 times 1.4 divided by 5. 5 obviously gets cancelled with 5 to leave us with an answer, which is 22 times 1.4. 22 into 1 is a 22, 22 into 0.4 is a 8.8. So, 22 plus 8.8 is equal to 30.8. So, cost of ploughing this field is equal to 30.8 rupees. The cost of fencing this field is equal to 132 rupees. The important thing to do is many times leave the calculation of the intermediate stages as it is, right. Whatever gets easily cancelled, cancel it. Do not do any difficult calculations. The last step, things could get cancelled out and you might want to do the calculation only at that step. Before you leave, I want you to do two things. One, sign up at online.maxtute.com to get started with CBSE Class 10 Math online tuitions. It takes all of 5 minutes and less than 3 steps to get started. And second thing, I want you to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Spread the word about this channel to your friends and classmates.